What is up, Pyromaniacs? Proud Stacy here. We're back in the world. Factorio. Doing well, doing well. I don't know how much I did off camera. Like, I don't know how much you guys didn't get to see, but I did finalize this. I think I set up some stone over here because we're going to need quite a bit of stone here soon. And I set up, I think it was a couple more. And I'm sorry if I sound like I'm drowning, because I'm literally drowning. Oh my God, I cannot explain the amount of vicious allergies that are going on right now. So I definitely am going to sound like Green Day from the 90s. But yeah, down here I set up, well, I guess I'll just walk down here to show you since I don't have radar set up yet. Oh my God, like I don't know where all the fluid's coming from. It's like I blow my nose, I swallow, and it just keeps coming. It's like I could fucking solve all the fluid problems in the world right now with just my nose. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I added a few more down here so that we could get this sorted out. I was tired of messing with it. I wanted to have this a little bit more saturated. And then I think up here I even set up a splitter, which you'll notice right here. And then we set that splitter up here to the top to automate this, because I was tired of having to just fuck with this constantly. It was a pain in the ass. So you can see right now satisfaction's at 1.5. We're producing 1.6. That's barely half of what we got right now. So we're good to go. We don't have to worry about that quite yet. We could expand on that later. So 48 of these is enough to run 3. So if I recall, it's 12, see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's 24, 48. That's enough for 2. So we need 48 times 2, which is 80, 96. Okay, so we need 96, which is why I set this over here to run. Also, I did want to do any of this stuff off camera because some of you guys I knew would get butthurt over it. So I wanted to wait till we were done. You can see it's working beautifully here. Everything is rocking and rolling. Good God, that is taken for... it's just like they can't go fast enough, which is funny. I guess we need more pipes there, probably. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to take a big old bucket of stone. And like I said, we need 96. So what is that? We're just going to click 20 times. Well, 20, we'll do 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 plus 1. I think, because 20 times 5 is 100. 19 times 5 would be 95, plus 1 would be 96. So that should be enough. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then once we've already got that set up now, thank God. With that going, we're probably just going to start working on researching pretty much everything at this point. We're fixing to have the green science on board, and I'm going to replace all of these with blue ones as soon as we can. So, good God, that was fast. It was a lot faster than I expected it to be. We'll do this one. Wow, Jesus, I forgot. Wait, is that? Yeah, that needs both. So we'll do steel, I guess. We'll get to the rest of it later. It blows me away how fast you could go through Factorio as long as you have functional science. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense when you think about it, but before, you know, you really put the thought into it, that is really one of your main cock blocks, because science is going to give you access to all the cool little toys that you want and that you need. And then on top of that, you know, it has all of the tech and stuff that it's basically what slows you down. Now, I'm not saying that throughput and all that stuff doesn't slow you down, because it most definitely does. Is this off center? No. Why? Okay, so okay, I was about to say, why do we have this little dip here? But then I realized, you know, we have that little dip pretty much everywhere. So it's fine. It's fine. Steel processing is done. I guess we will go ahead and start up the military setup, and then we should have our 5. Now, I'm curious if this will update. It does not. So for this one, we want this to be, I guess the easiest way to go about this would just be to replace it, right? Is that it? Yes, right there. So I could just go like this, and then replace, I think. Yep. New. Try it again. Like that. Perfect. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it instantly put it into this. So that's going to run the other side of this bell system that we need. So you're going to see that kind of loading up. This is really only going to hold a few grabbers here. Well, I say that, but that's 3 full stacks, which is kind of sufficient or kind of significant. That's going to load up here, which is going to slowly allow green sides to be produced. And I do mean slowly for now. Things will speed up as time goes on, but for right now, it's going to be kind of slow. All right, so I do want to get our baselines. God dang, dude. I wish there was a way to just like, hey, go ahead and research everything in the red line. Because I don't think you could do that. Can you? Because like in, what do you call it? Well, no, because we have, can we have multiples? No, there's no clicking. Okay, well, fine, fuck it. And like civilization and things like that, you could actually set up a tree. It's like, hey, I want to research everything, you know, to this point, and it'll, well, maybe not in civilization. I'm thinking of one of the 4X strategy games. I'm just not sure which one. All right, so we need 1, 2, 3 splitters. 3 times 4 is 12, so I need 12. We have enough for 4. Let's come back up here and grab, what are we missing? Basically everything. All right, so we'll get this. That's 200 of those. Pick up some of these. Perfect. That's right. How many do we have, Abby? Where are they? 8. So that's died. 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're good. Perfect. Good, good, good. All right. Now we're going to need to bring coal in here. We're probably going to want to expand that before we do. And then I should be, is that going to link? No, it's not going to link. Will link there? Okay, that's good. For some reason, that just didn't look, whoa, no, sir. That just didn't look normal. I don't know why. Oh, well, it is what it is. Now, I am setting this up manually. This is one of those things that I really wish we had, like one of the mods that allows you to have bots really early. They're not the same kind of bots. I think they're called nanobots. But at the same time, I feel like if we get too far down the modded, you know, loophole or whatever, that we might end up, you know, completely changing the game up. So I'm trying to keep it as mostly vanilla as possible. I know not everybody likes mods, and I think those people are crazy, but hey, you know, there's a lot of people who think I'm crazy. So, you know, what do I know? I just play video games. I almost said I just play video games for a living, but that's not true anymore. Which is good for you guys, because if I did play video games for a living, you wouldn't have a Factorio series right now. Because no one watches this. Well, I do. Yes, I understand you do. Go look at the difference between like a Far Cry episode and a Factorio episode. That's the difference between doing YouTube for fun and doing YouTube for a living. When you do it for fun, you can do whatever the hell you want. When you do it for a living, you unfortunately have to pay attention to what the majority wants. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily true. You know, if you've got enough time, you can do everything, but not everybody has enough time. Is there anybody on the planet that actually has more time than they know what to do with? Because I don't. I wish I did sometimes. All right, we'll split this off. Now, the nice thing about this whole setup here is we can do 4 different lines. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I plan on doing 4 different lines. I think that might have been redundant. What I mean by that is I don't plan on combining these. We're going to actually have a pretty big push when it comes to iron. Because iron isn't something I want to have to mess with, it's something I have to worry about, et cetera, et cetera. I just want it to do its thing and not have any problems with it. All right. We have our little sucky belts. Is that right? I feel like it's not. I can't tell. Yeah, that's, we want to go here because I remember I reversed this. So we want to, shit. All right, we're going to set it up like this to here. Perfect. And then here to there. And then here to here. And one more. Now, we don't have another one here. We won't. So I don't need to do that one. It'll just be a waste of time. Damn it. All right. Now, before we turn this thing on, we're going to need to pretty seriously adjust our coal production. Because right now, coal, I mean, that looks like enough, and honestly it is for what we're using, but we're already splitting half this track, 50%, to go up north. Once that track starts actually utilizing itself, or it is properly utilized, I guess is probably the better word, it's going to be a real problem not having enough coal. Because right now, we have tons, but that ain't going to stick around for long. I do need to make a couple radar stations real quick. We're just missing iron plates and iron gears. Okay, let's just come up here and just grab some of these, and I'll just scoop a few of those to let my guy do it. That's 2. Main reason I'm picking those up is I just want them set up so that, you know, we don't have a problem with them in the future. All right. Why? Okay, I was about to be like, why the fuck aren't you putting down? Let's see. I've already got that one set up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one to green. And this one, did I say green? I meant to blue. I was looking at this, looking at that, and brain just didn't want to function. It happens to me a lot, honestly. So you can see the green is producing. It's just not producing incredibly fast. That's also probably because we're knocking these things out pretty damn quick. Okay, so with all this going, we're gonna get the, what do you call it? So we're gonna get these up first, and then we'll move to the next ones. So we're gonna break all this down because we don't need it anymore. Thank you. All right. And then we need a lot more of these, like a whole metric fuck ton more. And it does seem like iron is our main slowdown here. Now, looking at power is one of those tricky things that's, there are 100 different ways, well, not 100. I think there's like 4 different ways to do power, maybe 3. There's nuclear, there's solar, and then there's steam. Technically, one could argue nuclear is steam as well. And it kind of is, and it kind of isn't all at the same time. And what do I mean by that? Well, yes, it's steam, but it's the heat product is being done by nuclear. So I count it as something different. So you can count it as how you want to count it, et cetera, et cetera. That's up to you. But for me, I count it as nuclear as opposed to steam. So we need to saturate all 4 of these so that we can produce a sufficient amount, that's a key word, of ore. Now, the problem with this is I don't know how much actually saturates. So like we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got 11 belts here, or not belts, miners. Well, we did. Wow, okay, so you're backed up. So yeah, we have 11 miners here. It seems like, in my experience, or from what I was told, 12 is the sweet spot. Beyond 12 per belt, at least on these belts, you run into trouble. So we're gonna stick with that for the first batch. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. How many here? 9, and that's 0, right? That's 9, okay. And then, well, that's 9. Let's see. We'll go right here. So 10. Actually, no, we want these loaded on the other side, right? Hey, I'm trying to visualize it because we're going to be taking it. No, we want to do the other side. So boom, boom, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably going to put this up here. Reason I'm putting it up here is I'm trying to, which of course totally fucks this whole setup, but because it was snaking around, if I left them up over here, then it was going to mess things up. So we're actually going to break these down real quick and move them a little closer. We want enough room to put you here. And then, let's see, let's drop it down to right about here. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to wrap this like this to here. And these are going to be a little janky. We'll say Yankee. These are going to be a little janky in comparison to what we normally do. But it should be a little bit more efficient, hopefully, than some of the stuff I've done. in theory. Are these not connected? No, they're not. Okay, we'll put you here. There we go. Everything good? Yes, sir. Okay, so we're going to cross right here, and we want to get over here. So let's take you straight up to, yeah, right about, well, yeah, right about here it works. Shit. Oh my god. Can you not? And then I need one of those. We're missing iron plates. So weird to be missing iron plates. Do we have any iron plates here I can steal? Hey, there's a lot of iron plates there I can steal. Thank you, bros. Which is coincidentally going to also create a rather large amount of iron plates up there that need creating again, which is funny, or I find it funny. All right, we can just do it that way. No big deal. And then run this. Whoops, that's our wrong belt there, son. Yeah, we can do it right here. Whoops. Boom, boom, and bam. There we go. All right, so that's got our iron coming in, and I can't tell how saturated that's going to be. We'll have to see. We may expand this. We're going to start with just one belt for now. Now, with the coal, I think we can run one full saturated belt for the most part through here. So the question is, how are we going to do that? In my old LP, what I would have done is I would have just expanded this, and then we would have pushed it. But I feel like if we do that, we're going to run into problems of throughput, especially for 4. I think we're going to be bumping into some pretty heinous issues. So we're going to do, I need a few more of these. Can I make a few more while we're down here? I should have. Yeah, we're going to do about 15 of these, which I think is going to oversaturate us, but I'm not sure. Whoops. Give me these. There we go. Now, while we're doing all this, I did want to let you guys know I'm going to try and make this a daily series. But with everything else going on in my life right now, I can't promise that it'll be a daily series. So we're going to do it as best as we can. But right now, Factorio is purely a personal project of love. And that means there may be some days where I can't quite get it out. So there we go. Obviously, you know, the bigger it gets and the more support we get for it and such, I might be able to give it a little bit more priority, but with a limited time I've got, I do want to try and make the majority of you happy. And I know there are a lot of you that do like Factorio. There's about 100 of you a day that like Factorio. I personally love Factorio. But I'm trying to keep the majority of my audience happy, to keep them from, you know, coming and finding me. And I do unfortunately have limited time. So there may be a few days here and there where Factorio has to kind of slide to the wayside based on, you know, school, work, time, etc., etc. Let's break that real quick. All right. There we go. Now I can do this like this. It'll speed me up just a bit, because I'm technically running on the circuit that I'm putting down. Man, it is so nice to have that mall rocking. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is like this. Oh, no. There we go. And then we want, because I made 10 of you, because, you know, I'm that guy. There we go. And this should fund the entire setup. All right, so while we're waiting on that to go through real quick, we're gonna come up here, and I'm gonna, yeah, I guess I will take a big O batch. You know, did I take them all? I did take them all, okay. This is going to be one of those things that we're going to need a lot of these guys for. Go. We pick up like a stack and a half, and a stack and a half's not going to go nearly as far as we think it will. It's one of those things where you start to really realize, holy shit, dude. Because like, when I first got into Factorio, the idea of a mall just seemed wasteful. Just like, well, how many belts and like grabbers am I actually going to use? And even when you're making the game, like even when you're in the LP, you're playing it, you know, you're producing, et cetera, it doesn't always make you can't necessarily visualize it, if that makes sense. you know, you realize that you're placing a lot of these things and you're putting a lot down. But the actual physical number, so to speak, doesn't actually hit your head. Does that make sense? So like you are producing a lot, you know, and you realize that, but the actual number you're producing doesn't really make sense to you in your head. Like it doesn't translate to a physical number, if that makes sense. All right, so that looks fairly, well, no, we're still a little light, even with that many, which is kind of disturbing, honestly. I thought we would be pretty saturated with this. We'll see. I'd kind of hoped we'd only have to use one. We may end up having to use 2 lines. We'll see. It does seem like that is kind of holding us up pretty good, though. We'll see if it saturates the whole line down. Now, like you can see here, there are some gaps, so we could probably put 5 more down there and fill those up. But that's going to be our first wave of production for iron. So, and you can see iron is now slowly being populated through the rest of the setup here, which is fine. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make 12 of these. I need to come up here, grab another, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Just going to do this. I need to get rid of this coal. There we go. There we go. Coal's gone. All right, let's run this back up real quick. There we go. And then I need some more green circuits. Thank you, sir. All right, so that's going to put us at, Jesus, the amount of iron we're using for these is unreal. That's what, 11 plus 3. Okay. Okay, so now we're 100% on green science. So we are going to pick off probably this. That's 200 though. Holy shit, that's a lot of stuff, but it's still going to increase our productivity. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right, now we're going to come back down here real quick and beef up this line a little bit. Because like I said, as you can see, it's not quite there. Now we're also going to probably have to beef up our power production here pretty quickly because we're definitely running short. And I don't see any biters yet, but I've only got 1 radar station down, I think. Did I put it down? No, I did not. Splendid. Well, that's not smart. Because we're not having to deal with them yet, but just because we're not dealing with them yet doesn't mean we're not going to deal with them in the future. That's our problem right there. All right, and we're going to put a couple more down here. Whoops. We'll do a couple more. I'll do 2 more on each side. That'll definitely probably cap us at this point. Okay, put this here. There we go. All right, so 4, that should saturate. We'll give it a couple minutes to kind of run its thing. Now, the other thing is that it may not saturate now, but as we get progressive with our bonuses, which I found out right here, we can see, that may expand. That may expand. It might not be expanding yet, but it will in the future. Eventually, I do plan on training this stuff up. And by training, I mean actual trains, not skill-wise. There we go. Put that there. That's going to load that up. All right. So, the problem with this is you really can't see the throughput yet until I get this all set up. Now, eventually, I probably want to have a full 8 rack going of these. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run you. I'm going to do, let's see, 1 out and then 1 down. And you're just going to curve like this. Okay, and we're going to come down to here. And then on this one, you're just going to cut left. Like that. What are you doing, kitty? My cat is balancing on a cinder block. For no apparent reason. Oh my god, we actually ran out of those. Yeah, she jumped up on the cinder block and she's just standing there, like playing around with it. It doesn't even make sense. Oh, that was a lot. I probably didn't need that many. I definitely didn't need that many. Jesus. All right. So the other difference between my last run and this run is you'll notice right here, we're running 4 individual lines. In my last LP, I did a lot of similar stuff to this, but we always did it from one line to multiples. And the problem that you run into with that is throughput, because there's only so much throughput that this can handle. So when you pull from basically one line, you do get to a point where you just can't handle it anymore. Now, you'll notice here, definitely not saturated. So we're going to fix that. I'm just going to saturate this up a little bit more. Oh man, my nose. Fucking hate it. I'm telling you what, I'm so sorry that I sound so terrible. I just wanted to get you guys the video. Nah, I sound like Bill Clinton. All right. There we go. We'll go like this. That's 4 more. Perfect. Yeah, if that doesn't fill it up, then, well, tough shit. There we go. And again, like I said, we probably won't be able to tell true throughput until, there we go. We probably won't be able to tell true throughput until we actually set something up on this line. I mean, I can run over here real quick and scarf this real fast, and then we can kind of see. There we go. That's decent. I like that. And it's not even being properly utilized. So yeah. Ah, dude. Even with all these, it still feels like we're not even remotely. Yeah. Shit. How many am I going to need per line? Now keep in mind, over time, we're going to have like a 20% bonus to all this stuff. Right now we don't have it, but do a few more. Shit. Because I definitely want this shit capped. You know, it's not like we're hurting for piping here either. All right, put that there. Put this here. All right, everything running? Yes. Because like this is the finalized output. So you can see on the left side we're missing a lot, right side we're missing a lot. And you want this to have very few holes in it by the time it rolls through here. Now at the same time, the more we have back here, the harder it is for these guys to do their job because they're having to wait on these guys. We're also no longer producing. So we're going to have to upgrade our power significantly. Let's do 5, 6, which means we need 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We'll get that up in, I think, the next video. But we did get basic processing. We're working on tier 2 science, even though at the moment it's slow as balls. I'll probably speed all these machines up with blue production, which will help out a little bit. I think it's a 20% production difference, I think. I'm not entirely sure about that, so don't hold me to it, but we'll see. But that being said, we're off to a pretty damn good start here. We'll fix our power situation, which will hopefully beef everything up, and then we won't have as many. I think we're having rolling brownouts right now. So, but thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. If you do, slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.